close, guys. So close. Hello and welcome everybody to this MDL Macau EU qualifier. It is OG versus Mid or Feed in a best of 3. OG already took game 1 rather convincingly, even though there was a little bit of hiccup, you know, in between where Mid or Feed definitely was looking to come back to the game. OG still overall rather convincingly. Certainly with the draft, certainly with the laning stage. Now we have a new game, a new draft, though the bans thus far look rather similar. OG last time around did ban the Winter Wyvern instead of the AA, so that one is going to go through, and Mid or Feed banned the Brewmaster in addition to the Nightstalker Earth Spirit. The question is, are they still going to ban that one, or are they going to take out the Beastmaster? They're going to have to let one of them through. The question is, what do they feel more comfortable with giving away to OG? Please let me know if there's any further audio issues. I believe all of that should be resolved, but sometimes there's a weird thing where I mute and unmute my mic and then it goes back to not being stereo anymore. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I need to do this. Place on a desktop. Alright, Beastmaster has been banned, leaving the Brewmaster in. The question is OG immediately going to pick it up or potentially leave as a second pick? Because it seems unlikely that Mid or Feed would take it for themselves. But no, OG secure it for themselves right away. It's a very strong pick for them. It gives OG a lot of flexibility. Yeah, it's one of S4's signature heroes, but it's also a hero that No-Tail feels very comfortable with. And Mid or Feed immediately respond with Winter Wyvern Undying. That was a very quick response.
Remaining.
Question is, how are OG going to respond? Rubik could be okay here. You know, there's lots of good spells to steal already, and there's a good support in general. But they go with the Silencer, not likely a fly hero. Now the question is, what are both teams going to ban? Last time around, OG focused cancel in their bans. You know, they took out this Tinker, they took out the Storm Spirit. Are they going to do that again? Tinker's certainly not something they can really deal with, so if they wanted to, definitely something they should look to ban. Tinker and Undying also have a bit of a synergy there because you can TP onto the Tombstone.
5 seconds remaining.
Mid or Feed. Last time around, I mean, they sort of banned a lot of S4 heroes, or a couple of them anyway. This time around, maybe they're going to focus more on Resolution, or maybe just generally heroes they don't really like playing against. Anti-Mage definitely an annoying hero to deal with. There is audio issues. Audio is absolutely fine. No, it's fine. Oh my god. Thank you. Whew. I don't know what to believe anymore. No, I'm gonna believe those people that say the audio is fine.
5 seconds remaining.
We can hear you, Mr. Caster. Alright. Good stuff, good stuff. Omni Knight has been banned. Interesting. Omni Knight has been very popular across pretty much every region. Not necessarily very popular, but you know, it's been picked here and there. A good pickup in general. Definitely annoying to deal with. Omni Knight Undying, a dual lane you don't really want to deal with, I don't think. Mid or Feed taking out Jarex's Nyx Assassin. It's difficult to ban Jarex, really. He has so many good heroes that he excels at. But Nyx Assassin definitely one of the more annoying ones. A lot of map control gained just because of his scouting. Definitely made it very difficult for Mid or Feed in the last game to just, you know, go out and just try and farm. Forces out a lot of invis detection.
Radiant team pick.
Dusa now taken out by OG.
10 seconds remaining.
Question now is mid or feet going to run this Undying as a support, or is it going to be a core? Speaking an offlaner, right? Those are two options that they could go for. Maybe they're still not. Maybe they haven't decided yet. Maybe they're going to keep their options open. Maybe they're going to pick a carry first. Undying definitely one of those heroes that could do both. Oh, that's taking a sweet ass time. Oh boy. If it isn't a core, if it isn't an offlaner, you probably want to pick your offlaner now, just because you don't really want to have your mids and carries counterpicked too early. Certainly not a team like Mid or Feed, who usually tries to prioritize their mid, or their two cores more so than other teams, I think.
10 seconds.
So this does look to be an Undying offlane, just because I
5
think
seconds remaining.
actually it could be. Technically speaking, all three of these heroes could be an offlane hero, but I think just from Kezu's playstyle, Undying is the most fitting one. I mean, he doesn't necessarily play those initiating types, even though, I mean, he has played those initiating types, Void, Enigma, and Beastmaster, but usually he plays more utility, in a sense. So I would assume it's going to be an Undying Kezu. We shall see.
Radiant team pick.
Storm Spirit.
Storm Spirit picked by OG. There's not a lot of counters to it, so this is a pretty good pick. They have currently one stun. They have the silence of themselves. I guess mid or feed could.
10 seconds.
Yeah, there's not a lot of ways to counter it, really.
5 seconds.
There's a potential for a position 1 Chronos Void with the Chronosphere, maybe. But there's not a lot of good combinations right now. Maybe Chronosphere Epicenter, I guess. They could pick something like a Puck with silence, but generally speaking, this is already a good Storm game. So it is messed up after all, the audio. Alright, this should be hopefully good. No, it's if the audio is coming out from the left ear, then it's definitely on me. I don't know why my microphone, but every time I mute and unmute my microphone, it just goes from whatever to whatever. Ember Spirit now picked for mid or feed. That's not a bad hero. It's not a bad hero. It does get kind of screwed by the silence, of course. And OG have a lot of room still to pick. A lot of playmakers to sort of deal with this Ember Spirit.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back.
Lifestealer. So the classic Lifestealer Storm Spirit combo. Are they actually going to last pick Jerax's hero? Damn. Technically speaking, Jerax could play a 4-position Brewmaster. We've seen that. Or support Brewmaster in general, anyway. Solo played it at TI.
10 seconds.
A bit annoying, of course. Just spam the Drunken Haze.
5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban.
So yeah, mid or feed fully expect the last hero to be a Jerax hero, taking out the Slada.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Question is, what are OG expecting from mid or feed's carry? What carry would be even good here? What kind of carry could they really pick here? I don't know, it's not an easy call to make. Definitely want to have something with a lot of physical damage because they don't have any right now. But also something that doesn't get easily bursted down from a Storm Spirit Lifestealer combo. Maybe something like a Terrorblade. Which of course gets banned out. Yeah, this is not an easy call to make. A lot of these heroes, a lot of good heroes are taken out. A lot of heroes that would survive this on sort of like initial jump, initial burst. I guess they could go Void in a sense, though Void also gets screwed by the silence. Trying to figure out what other heroes there are. This is really not easy.
Radiant team pick.
And they go with the line. How often do you see Rip Left Ear?
Seconds remaining.
I want to say this should have fixed it, but I'm not entirely sure.
5 seconds remaining. You may now select your hero.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys. Again, muting and unmuting my microphone does weird things to it. I might just not mute myself ever again. So it is Tomato Luna, which I don't know. I don't necessarily like it, and it is going to be a Kezu Senking after all, by the way. So that I was wrong on that one. Yeah, the Tomato Luna isn't necessarily bad, but she does get jumped quite easily. They do have fix your sound, bro. Yeah. Let me know in 2 minutes. I did something which hopefully should fix it. Well, while we're waiting on the feedback, Luna, again, I'm not too sure about this. You get jumped quite easily, can get taken out by a Brewmaster quite easily, and then get singled out in those team fights. So let's see. Let's see, shall we?
Prepare for battle.
We have Middle Feed on the Radiant versus OG on the Dire side. This is a best of 3. So OG only 1 game away from taking out Middle Feed here, or at least advancing against Middle Feed here. Smoke coming out now. And looks like OG gonna run the same thing what they did before, where they bait. No, they're not gonna bait us for. Wait, does it sound good or not? It's worse now. How's it worse now? I'm so confused. Half the chat tells me it's right, half the chat tells me it's wrong. It's very left-sided. Alright. Talking to the other side of here. Mike, alright.
The battle begins.
TPs are coming out now, so both sides are gonna, not both sides. OG is gonna change the way they're gonna lane this, because they don't want to have this tri-lane versus the Lifestealer. Makes sense. Oh boy, we're gonna hear that a lot, aren't we? Anyway, tri-lane versus Brewmaster. Should be fine. Brewmaster is a pretty tanky core. Has the evasion as well, of course. They're gonna gonna jump go into him. Just harassment. Shouldn't really be able to do anything, any substantial damage. I mean, alright, I'm gonna need somebody to actually test this that I trust. Resolution versus cancel. Most of the time I give this matchup towards the Storm, but just because of this harassment already. This should be slightly Ember favored. Then again, Jerax is probably going to come into this lane as well. And once again, we have this sort of weird distribution between Synderen and Weehaw, where they sort of play forward position on one on Synderen. Alright, I'm gonna do this. Hopefully this has fixed things. I've now done certain things. Anyway, we've seen the TP rotation, and we've seen another TP rotation now. It is the Trilane versus the Trilane, or the Trilane versus the Lifestealer rather. Lion is going to come down here as well. Synderen has to be careful. Decay onto 2. And looks like Notail is going to TP out. So this is the kind of lane switcheroo that we alluded to earlier. But in-game the voice is fine. Why is it only on stream not fine? Oh. The lane cancel. There's an Invis Align behind him. He has to be careful now. With the first tower hit, maybe? Yep. There we go. That should be dead cancel. First blood. Very patient play here from Jerax and Resolution. And the landing stage, once again, not necessarily going as mid or feed wants it to. Certainly, you know, with the double lane swap now. Lasted wise, they're still doing fine, I guess. Sand King is not really getting a lot. Trusting the chat. Yeah, trusting chat in 2017. God damn it. Mid lane cancel is harassing the hell out of the Storm Spirit here. But Jerax is still in the vicinity. Has to be careful. Weehaw now coming in as well. Yeah, this is a very slow-paced early game. We now have the dual lane Sand King Undying, but it's not much they can do. Certainly not with this rotation. Actually, with this rotation, they might be. Oh, never mind. Synderen has to be careful not to die. In the meantime, Cancel gets a solo kill until the Resolution, but Synderen might fall here. No, never mind. They get this kill. Maybe even a double kill here. The zombies sure are chasing Jerax. Oh, not enough. Fly might even find this kill into Keza here. Yeah, that should be enough. Yes. 2 kills or 4 in stolen. Cancel in the meantime finds a solo kill. Well, that's certainly better for mid or feed. Yeah, they lose 2 top, but they get that kill into the Lifestealer. They get the experience for that kill as well. And of course, that solo kill in mid here, very valuable here for Cancel. In the meantime, bottom lane, Luna and Weehaw harassing the hell out of S4. S4 has to be careful, taking a lot of damage here. With that slow, might be able to get away here. One Lucent Beam, is it going to be enough? Nope. Not with the Winter Blast. Winter Blast? Splinter Blast. Why did I think it was Winter Blast? Sounds more homey. Kazuya, but be careful. How do...
Blown away.
Alright. That was on me. I feel like last time it wasn't necessarily on me because that was actually stuff happening and there should not be a solo kill. But, yeah. Jarex with the rotation finds the kill onto the Ember Spirit. And rotates top immediately. Gets scouted out though.
Radiant are scanning.
And he steals bounty rune.
Invisibility.
Ooh, Storm Spirit is invis. They won't see this coming, quite literally. Kezu though, scouts out Jarex. Jarex with the Hex is going to prepare this kill, has a stun. Should be easy kill for them. Oh, never mind. Kezu just stands out. He's gonna be fine. I forgot that he didn't have a point in...
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alright. Thank you for the feedback regarding the audio. But I'm gonna keep everything fixed. I'm gonna keep things as they are right now. I'm sorry. If there's... I might play around with it later. Smoke up from the two supports from OG. Looks like they're gonna go mid. They should be able to get this kill. Looks like Irresolution is baiting this, and indeed, they're gonna go in. Irresolution has to be careful, but with this, they should have enough damage to kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He got out of there. He got out of there. I thought they would have enough damage, but that Flame Guard, max level Flame Guard, sure soaked up a lot of damage. Bottom lane, S4. Pops his ultimate, immediately wants to go onto Tomato. The supports are coming in as well. Jarex. Yeah, there's going to be enough time to stun up Tomato. Oh, Cinnamon comes in though, and now with the defense from the Winter Wyvern, maybe they can keep Luna alive. Doesn't looks like they don't care about the Luna. Instead, they just want to get the kill into the line. They do get the kill into the line, but they lose Luna in return. Ember Spirit comes in here now, gets the kill into S4, and maybe he can get Fly and Resolution as well. They're low on mana, and Cancel does have another Remnant. No, he wants to fly? No, they're not going to get any either. Alright. Didn't want to use the Remnant aggressively. Makes sense, because otherwise that might have been his death. Oh, it's hilarious reading chat 2 minutes with 2 minutes delay. Keep going, Twitch. I love you. Alright, let's switch to net worth. 8 minutes into the game, OG with a slight experience lead, net worth not so much, and that just comes down to Cancel and Tomato doing really well in their lanes, in their respective lanes. Of course, No-Tail hasn't been doing badly necessarily, but he's been more contested for sure. Support-wise, though, it's sort of balanced, I suppose. Stacks being prepared for the Luna. And Midderfeet have a good lineup, actually. They have a good lineup to take those stacks. Ember Spirit, Wyvern, Sand King, Luna. Pretty much any of those heroes can take stacks. I guess Wyvern can't really kill the stacks himself, or herself, but she can help take stacks, so that's a pretty good lineup here. Cancel finds the Sheens onto Storm, but Cancel shouldn't be able to get this kill. Nope. And they don't get the kill into Cancel either. But he does force out the support rotation. He eats through Resolution's regeneration as well, so forces him out of the lane. No-Tail, though, completely uncontested up here, which I'm not too fond of. I feel like if they just TP Synderen back in here, they should be able to contest this farm a little bit. But instead, looks like they're going to give up on this lane entirely. Or are they? Kezu coming in? Maybe?
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Bottom lane now, though. DD on the Storm. And fully charged up again.
Double damage.
This could be troublesome. Though I'm not sure they really want to dive this tower. Do they want to against an Undying? I don't think that's the plan here. Looks like they are going to dive this tower Undying. When's he going to pop the Tombstone? No Tombstone? Maybe now? Now it's the Tombstone. With the TP from Kezu in as well, they secure the kill onto the S4 Brewmaster. Sure, they lose the Wyvern, but that's the least of their concerns. Fly, in the meantime, has to be careful. Resolution here? Nope, he's gonna be fine for now. Resolution doesn't have... well, that was not. So 1-for-1 trade, not a good trade for OG. And this was just a very patient play from mid or feed. Also waiting with the Tombstone until they knew Kezu would complete his TP. And that secures them a good trade. Luna has escaped that lane completely.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Wyvern, oh, that's not a good TP. Wyvern? I mean, maybe a bait out of open wounds, but I could have... If there's any support here, I'm just saying, you know, that could have been very dangerous. They don't really have a lot of vision here. Oh, looks like they're gonna harass Notel at the very least out of the lane, though. Oh, there's an ultimate. So it looks like they want to keep Notel in place, and they do have another Lucent Beam. No ultimate on the Luna just yet. Ambitious ultimate. I'm not sure what the idea was there. Maybe a bit of miscommunication. Maybe Weehaw was like, yo guys, we can kill this, and then Tomato had a different opinion. Smoke up from the OG supports. Once again, looks like they want to group up with the Lifestealer and potentially try and find a kill up top here. Wyvern certainly is playing a little bit by herself. Oh, no. Looks like they decide otherwise and instead go for the Luna here. So they anticipate the Luna to be here. Good call from Notel. He knows that the Wyvern is up there by herself. So Tomato has to be here, and indeed they find Tomato here. But it's only the two of them. I'm not sure they can really kill this Tomato Luna just yet with just the two of them. Bottom lane in the meantime. Resolution is sitting behind the Brewmaster. And, yeah. Luna did not TP out after all. Cancelled the TP apparently. Looks like they're going to go into the Brewmaster. Global Silence though is going to keep them from pursuing this, and in fact, they're going to turn onto mid or feed. Sun King is the first one to die. Ember Spirit is up in the air. They find the stun onto the Undying. I'm not sure they want to fight underneath this one though. And cancels, dodges the stun. I'm not sure that's going to be enough though. Splinter Blast connects though and kills off Resolution. Brewmaster's going to be stuck here. There's nothing to cancel this TP though. Jerax getting slowed up. Is there any... There's a one remnant left. Is he gonna jump for this though? I don't think he can. So effectively this is yet again a 1-for-1 trade in favor of mid or feed as they do take down the Storm Spirit. And this is good and patient play from mid or feed, really, not trying to overextend too much. Trying to go for those simple kills, even finding a kill despite the global mid lane. This is overextension though, going into tower range, that gets the kill though, might have to trade for this. There's one defensive remnant going out there, is a bit slow and he doesn't get that. So he trades his life for a line, just as I praised his entire team. And... Silencer, yet again, +2. Notel. Initiated first. Synderen is going to get jumped by the Resolution. Soul Spirit. Stunned up though. There's a Tombstone now. And that should discourage OG from pursuing. No. As I say that, Splinter Blast catches the Silencer. Oh, Ember comes in as well. Has the chains only connected to the line. There's a counter hacks to deal with him, but this is the save. The cold embrace keeps him alive, and that's a tier 1. This is OG a little bit overconfident, diving behind the tier 1 here for those kills. Tanky kills as well. I guess it's sort of fine, or rather, I think, you know, from OG's perspective, they did just get the armlet. They got the Kaya as well. So those are two items that, you know, make you so much more potent in these team fights.
Radiant are scanning.
Alright, item-wise, what do we have? We've had the Mask of Madness for a while now onto Tomato. We have the Veil of Discord on Cancel. We have, again, Kaya on Storm, Armlet on the Lifestealer. That's basically it. I guess it's only 15 minutes into the game. Not much to be expected. And, as we just talked about items, Brewmaster picks up a Blink. With that, they immediately smoke up, look for a fight here. Ultimate is ready from the Brewmaster. Only 2 supports in the mid lane. If they get those 2 kills, that could open up the tier 1 as well. Or it should open up the tier 1 as well. Are they gonna jump this? Looks like... Yep, with that ward, they're gonna jump this. Even the global silence for this. I'm not sure, that might be a little bit overkill. Especially since they only get this Undying. But... well, I guess they're also gonna get the Wind Wyvern now, of course. But mid or feet is doing the right thing, split pushing the map immediately. They're gonna lose this tier 1. There's nothing they can do about it anyway. Might as well just split push the map as much as possible. They still want to fight this. They still want to fight this. They do have to blink onto Kezu. Ember Spirit is getting hexed up in the back line. Does have another remnant, and he might need it for this line kill, and he does need it for this line kill. So they're not gonna give this tier 1. In fact, they're gonna get a double kill. That's a tier 2 right there, and they're gonna triple kill for cancel here. Yeah, totally underestimated their fighting potential. I thought for sure they were just gonna give that one up. That would have to TP and everybody else, and you know.
Stupendous.
But they did a good job setting up the TP. 1 TP to tier 2, to the 2 to the tier 1. Good stuff.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And certainly, without the Brewmaster ultimate, that's a huge portion of OG's team fight gone. Kaya now on the Ember Spirit as well.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Luna has the Dragon Lens. Gonna go work on the Mantis Style next. Alright, oh, Epicenter queued up for the top lane. Kezu once said, no, he decided otherwise. He's like, nah, he was walking back, I'm not gonna do that. Oh. Tomato gets caught out with the first Infest Bomb, Storm Spirit Infest Bomb. Storm Spirit jumps again onto the Wyvern. There's a Wyvern ultimate and the Cold Embrace to keep himself alive for just a little bit. There's a Tombstone now, definitely a dead Wyvern though. And there's a Global Silence to prevent any further follow-up. Or Cancel is still walking in though, wants to get this kill on to fly. And should be able to. Does get it. Has to be careful though. Gets stunned up and pulled and stunned up again. And do they have enough? They do. Triple kill for Resolution. Syndron has to be careful, and no, he's dead. I guess that's an ultra? Oh. Well, ultra kill for OG if you will. And a tier 1 on top of it. Very scrambled fight from mid or feed. Bit of a questionable decision to go in there after they lost the Wyvern and the Luna. Sure, OG used a couple of spells and they were pretty low in the Storm Spirit, for example, but they also didn't really commit too much for that Luna kill as well. Or the Wyvern kill for that matter. So S4 can come in with that ultimate and turn the fight around. Luckily for mid or feet, they only really lose a tier 1 tower out of it. They haven't really lost much map control on top of it. You know, maybe like a Roshan or another tier 1. Oh, top lane. There's another Infest Bomb, and Kezu is dead. That Orchid, very valuable. Alright, what other items do we have coming up? There's a Desolator soon on the Nyx Assassin. Oh, not the Nyx Assassin, the Nyx Lifestealer. Other than that, not a lot. Kezu is working on that 4-staff. Looks like they're gonna smoke up on mid or feet. Yep. They're gonna smoke up without the Luna, and without that Undying. Can they find anybody here? Smoke pops, they blink on the high ground. The wrong high ground though. And they're gonna give away that smoke gank. Jerax, I'm not sure they scouted Jerax actually. I don't think they did. Yeah, they don't have good vision here. They don't know where the rest of OG is. And Jerax is just gonna sit here OG might even be able to fight this still. You know, if they get this Roshan in a timely manner, they could TP in and fast bomb the Storm Spirit and just try and go for this. Jarex is in a good position after all. Doesn't have a blink, but still could walk out of the fog of war. So it's not like OG has better vision here. Oh, Synderen scouts out Jarex, and Jarex is gonna get out. Tombstone wasted. Ooh, this is not good.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, looks like Middle Feet are not gonna force the issue anymore. Tombstone has been expended. Might just stick around with 2 heroes,
Radiant's middle tower
but
is
things are
under
coming
attack.
out. Maybe no.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Feels like an obvious bait, I guess, at this stage. And OG are not gonna bite just yet. Never mind! Jarex bought there. Oh no. Maybe it was the counter bait. Jarex immediately
Top tower is under attack.
turns on the Sand King, and Ember Spirit falls as well. So was the counter bait. That global silence, too strong, and Middle Feet, yeah, they can't really catch a break. Do we dare look at net worth? Ooh, experience. Net worth isn't actually that bad. Mid lane, Wyvern, probably dead. Definitely dead. This Storm Spirit Resolution, or this Resolution Storm Spirit, doesn't fear anything. Why should he? He has Nagus,
Radiant's
he has
middle
Kaya.
tower is under attack.
Can solo kill virtually anybody at this stage. Oh, Epicenter is being wound up, and they're not going to connect. Is it? No, not going to connect on anybody. In fact, they're going to turn onto Kazu, and Kazu is going to die immediately. There's nice chains onto Jarex, but the question is, can they really get anything aside from this? If anything, no, it looks like OG is the one's going to turn. Resolution doesn't have any mana anymore, but he doesn't care, he has an Aegis. No-Tail is going to come back in. He doesn't have an Infest anymore, so he has to be careful. But Tomato has to be careful as well, certainly with this Mask of Madness. Gets the kill to No-Tail, but that's not going to be enough, and Cancel dies on top of it as well. Synderen, this Soul Survivor, though, as I say that, Resolution makes quick work out of him. Double kill for Resolution.
Radiant's middle
Well,
tower is under attack.
that sucks. That Epicenter, we've not seen an Epicenter hit yet. Can't really blame Kazu too much because there aren't really that many openings, and it was a difficult one to hit in the first place. Buyback from Undying. They do not want to give up his racks, but I'm not sure they can really deter OG from doing this. Resolution just gets a free kill like this, and buyback from Wyvern. Maybe? No. S4 just pops the ultimate, and maybe the turn to Synderen, but the saving grace here is that Storm Spirit actually ran out of mana. Finally.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, what do Middle Feet do from here on out? Looks like the smoke is the first answer, but I believe it was scouted out. Yeah, it was scouted out. The remnants... Nope, never mind. I thought the remnants of the creep dying scouted out, but it was just an old-fashioned ward. Just an old-fashioned ward. With this, they shouldn't be able to find anything unless OG take a wrong step. Nope, indeed, they don't find anything. Jarex even immediately blinks out here as well, and
Are scanning.
this is rough. They even gonna get scanned out? Yeah, they're gonna get scanned out as well. So OG know where Middle Feet is. No-Tail is even taunting though. He's like, yo guys, I see you. Oh, Storm Spirit jumps in, the Global Silence on top of it secures the Ember Spirit kill. Not the Ember Spirit kill, sorry, the Winter Wyvern kill. Lysilar, what's he gonna do? He's just gonna keep chasing. No-Tail is such a troll. Stun onto the Storm Spirit, but where's the follow? There's the chains. But can they really burst him down in time? Storm Spirit, there's a jump in from S4. He can't really save him, but S4 might just give up his life in turn. They do trade Tomato for S4 though. Question is, can they turn into No-Tail here? No-Tail? Very tanky, but they should still be able to get this. Jarex comes in from the back though, and they're gonna clean up house. Double kill for Resolution. Yet again. This is not pretty for mid or feed, that's for sure. But again, there is a silver lining here. It is only Storm Spirit really that survives here. I guess the two supports, but with just Storm Spirit alive, he shouldn't be able to really push that wave too far. We has to be careful though. One jump from Storm Spirit and we has dead.
Radiant's middle barracks are under
Yep.
attack.
No, no. He should still be dead. Yeah. Well, that's rain tracks now.
Radiant's middle
Should be.
barracks are under attack.
I guess Resolution doesn't actually need to actively hit them to secure it.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Coin for me.
An entire set of racks now taken. Luckily for mid or feed, both tier 2s on the side lanes are still left alive. So OG cannot immediately go for more lanes of racks. But it's getting troublesome and worrisome for mid or feed now. They cannot afford to lose team fights like that. And quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure how to better approach those fights. If they were able to somehow burst down the supports quickly enough, yeah, maybe. But that global silence pretty much always secures at least one kill. Oh, no tell again.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh, no tell. This is... I mean, if you're Lysely, he can do that. And there's a global silence. Should he secure that kill? For sure does. And with the Storm Spirit jump, it secures at least another kill. Maybe a third. Yeah, there we go. Fourth. Come on. Triple kill for no tail. GG is called. That was a quick one. Well, there we go. OG 2-0 mid or feed in this European qualifier for MDL Macau. Very one-sided. Very, very one-sided game. Mid or feed. There was a glimmer of hope around the 10 to 15 minute mark, maybe. But OG just too strong. And I think this one can write down to both draft and just, you know, them playing better. Resolution with a really strong Storm Spirit, and then OG finding the lanes they wanted. You know, making sure they keep swapping that lane and securing enough farm on both S4 and Notel. Alright, this was it. No more game. No more... Yeah, no more game actually. We're going to be back though for tomorrow. I believe this is going to be OG versus the winner of... I think the other matchup is Kinguin versus Penta. Well, yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for all the audio issues. We're going to definitely resolve that for tomorrow, and we'll be back later. Yeah, tomorrow. I'll sign out.